Who doesn't love giving away hypothetical awards when you're midway through the season? Welcome to it. It's the Fantasy Mid-Season Award Show. I'm Aaron Atayde with the Professor Andre Snellings here to give out some statues, and we have 3 awards to be given away right now. It is the Fantasy MVP, the top late-round pick, and the top waiver wire pick. Dre, start us out. Who is the MVP halfway through the NBA season?
Woo. So there are 3 names that are going through my mind for the MVP. It could have been Wemby. It could have been SGA.
Yes.
But instead it is Nikola Jokic.
Okay, why?
Because he got the challenge from those other 2 guys, and all he's done is respond by averaging a 30-point triple-double. He's top 4 in the NBA in 4 different categories, including steals, and it's just hard to top that.
Yeah, and it's always hard to look at these things whenever it's coming from a fantasy perspective because it's just literally numbers.
Yeah.
Why didn't Wemby get it despite having those threes and the blocks?
He's got the threes, he's got the blocks, and he's right on the list. But Jokic has the threes, he's got the steals, and then, he's averaging more than 10 assists. He's among the league leaders in rebounds. It's just too much across the board, and he shoots a great percentage. He doesn't really have a weakness.
Yeah, and they say in fantasy it's not the first pick that gets you the championship. It's always that late round pick that is a runner that gets you there. Who was your top pick?
I am going with Dyson Daniels.
Nice.
Coming into this year, people weren't really expecting a lot from him. He's leading the league in steals by a lot.
Yes.
He's about to set a record since the 90s by averaging 3 steals a game. And that value, especially now that some of his offensive teammates have been traded or dealing with injuries, and he's having to put some offense on the board as well, they make him a really valuable fantasy
and he was a runner. I mean, nobody was really going for him at this point. Now, he was definitely drafted. I want to talk about a waiver wire pick. I want to call this the hype train pick of the year so far. Who was it?
It is Trey Murphy III.
Got it.
And on the hype train, I was wrong about him when he came up.
Yeah.
Because I said only for a couple stops, I thought once Zion and Ingram came back, he was going to lose his shots. But Ingram's no longer on the team. He's been traded. And DeJounte Murray is out for the season with the torn Achilles. And now, all of a sudden, he's a nightly 25-point-per-game night for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and there's going to be even more options for him now. Brandon Ingram is out there. Trey Murphy, if you were able to pick him up on that waiver wire, you are looking pretty right now heading into the fantasy basketball playoffs. These are your fantasy mid-season awards so far. We got half a season to go. For Andre Snellings, I'm Aaron Atayde. Make sure to head on over to espn.ph for more.